The World Watch Institute says women farmers produce more than half of the food grown in the world, and about 1.6 billion women depend on agriculture for their livelihoods. But often women are not able to benefit from general agriculture funding because of institutional and cultural barriers they face. Oxfam International, an organization that fights poverty, is addressing these challenges through its Female Food Heroes initiative. The program aims to contribute to wider recognition of small-scale women food producers through awarding, acknowledging, and celebrating their efforts in agriculture. Joining us in the studio for more on the subject is Bahati Jacob, a small-scale farmer in Tanzania and female food hero. Also joining us in the studio is Eluka Kibona, Economic Justice Campaign Manager for Oxfam in Tanzania. Ladies, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Let me start with you, Eluka. Can you explain to us what the Female Food Heroes concept is?
The concept is to have a reality show competition surrounding small-scale food producers. Usually you don't find reality shows that focus on food producers. So it is a competition, and it's a show that runs for 3 weeks. It airs on a daily basis in Tanzanian television network. And at the end of the competition, one winner emerges and wins 20 million Tanzanian shillings worth of farming inputs.
And Bahati was a winner. Bahati, how do you feel about winning this competition?
I was very happy. I was very happy, actually.
Very happy indeed. You got some good seed money there to perhaps start or grow your work, your farming.
I was very happy because after winning a prize, after winning that competition, I got a prize about 20 million Tanzanian shillings. So it helped me to buy agriculture inputs, so as part of my agriculture activities.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. Now, Eluka, yes, as I mentioned earlier, female farmers meet several challenges, yes, one of them being cultural, depending on where you are. So tell us about the issues in Tanzania as Oxfam is addressing them.
In Tanzania, I think, as you said, the issues are dynamic and they're many. They cross-cultural, structural, as well as institutional boundaries. So in terms of us in Tanzania, there are 3 areas that we work on. The first is women's land rights, which is one of the key priorities that we have in our program. We find that a lot of women across the program say land rights is a key issue. The second thing is we look at how do we invest in small-scale food production. So that's more government policy work that we do around those areas. And the last thing, we look at climate change and food production. We understand and we know that in terms of climate change, small-scale food producers, especially women, are the worst affected by it. So it's definitely, we do address the cultural factors around it, the structure and the political factors around it. But those are the 3 key issues that we try to
address.
Now,
yes. Bahati, I'd like to have some of your personal experiences. When we talk about female farmers having challenges, it's a general picture. But can you narrow down to your experience? What did you have to go through?
Yeah, as a female food hero from Tanzania, farmers, especially women, in a small scale, we do have many problems, challenges. For example, climate changes, access of loans with conditions which we do not afford. Then we don't get seeds in accurate time to plant.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And we have no markets to sell our crops which we harvest.
It's incredible how women are playing such an important role in agriculture, but yet we talked about this challenging. Now, tell us about, in Tanzania, what Oxfam is doing. I mean, there is the food heroes that you talked about, but specifically, even in terms of bringing men as part of the solution, how are you addressing that?
I think one of the things that we do, and understanding that Oxfam in Tanzania cannot do everything and cannot be the solution to everything. So we do work within networks and coalitions, and definitely those farmers networks at local levels, and we work with other NGOs and other international NGOs which are working on similar issues, but in different areas. So those coalitions and networks help us have a greater voice when we go approach institutions and the parliaments and the government bodies. But also we have allies within the government bodies, and we do understand that it's a large issue, it's a grand issue, and what we can do right now in the meantime is create a space for farmers themselves to speak and articulate their demands. We find that it's very important to give that space, allow that space for them to articulate what they want, articulate the issues, articulate their challenges, and we get better results that way. In the past, I think we've been the ones speaking too much for small-scale food producers, and I think that has been a challenge that we're trying to overcome. It
has shifted.
Yes.
And Bahati, when you look at the future after winning this prize, how do you see your work now being changed or improved? What do you see for the future for yourself?
Exactly. Apart from farmer, I am a teacher, teaching in primary schools in Ukedea districts in Mwanza region as a mistress at Mwanza Primary School. Yes, as a teacher, I do get salaries, but it was not enough for me. So that's why I totally engaged in agriculture to supplement my income. So after winning that prize, yes, my life has changed. You know, I was not owning land, but now I am just owning land, about 7 acres. I have agriculture inputs, so you can see that I'm changing.
Okay, very nice. And quickly in 10 seconds, Eluka, how do you see, what do you say to the youth in terms of young women to be encouraged in being in agriculture, very quickly?
I think agriculture pays, and it's the backbone of African economies. And if we don't remember that, and if we don't value that, then we're going to see a real problem in the future in food security in Africa.
Thank you so much, ladies, and Bahati, Eluka. So nice to have you here. And Bahati Jacob, Tanzanian female food hero, and Eluka Kibona, Economic Justice Campaign Manager for Oxfam in Tanzania. We want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54, and check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com.